Hi guys, welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. It's a beautiful day. We're going to talk about a crystal called Mtorolite. It's a really interesting crystal. I've been working with it now for on and off a few weeks, and I wanted to really get to understand it. I actually handed it to a few friends of mine and said, tell me what you think of this crystal. When I first placed this crystal in my hand, I knew this is a really very deep and cleansing crystal, but in a different way. For me, let me introduce you to it first. It's a, look, there you go. Can you see it? Take a good look. It's an almost, when you actually look at it, it looks almost translucent. You can see inside it. It's a very, very unique, and if you look, there's it looks almost like there's incursions there, and inside there's cloud formations and stuff, but it's actually in its natural form. They call it the stick type, or a pencil. Okay, so it's like a pencil almost, and what's brilliant about this is you can hold it. And when I say hold it, I mean your full hand gets to hold, and it's a perfect crystal healer. Not only for healing, and that's just sprung to mind as well. The next video I'm going to do is one of the quickest ways to help realign, rebalance, heal, open your chakras. Okay, so let's get back to this beautiful crystal. I like them in their natural form like this, in the sense that you can see all the natural formations from it. I like this. I don't like perfect, I like natural. This is why I like moldavite so much. So let's get back to this crystal. I handed it to a few friends and said, right, give me your feedback, tell me what you feel. And we all came up with the same thing. And it's normally, it's funny because whenever you look at colour, it has a vibration, right? Everything has vibration, but when you look at a colour, it has a vibration. And I've always taken that on board when I do healing, and that's why the colours always vibrate at a certain feeling or sensation. So whenever you see green, whenever I see green, it relates to the grass that I'm looking at now. What is the grass? It's Mother Nature. And what does Mother Nature do? It gives you healing. It cleanses and clears the negative, the worries, the fears, and brings in a peace energy. Green to me is peace. That's what it means. And whenever I hold green, as in a crystal, I always feel a lot of peace. No matter, even if it's a moldavite with its green, it's still powerful. It's amazing. It has many different feelings that you get from it. But ultimately, even with moldavite, for me, I get inner peace. It brings balance and brings me to peace, even though it's an extraterrestrial energy. Now, I asked about this crystal and I said, what did you feel? Everybody said the same thing. It brings calmness. And it does, and I've felt that over these few days, and I've needed it from all the things that have happened on a level of, well, I did a video a few days ago about the headaches that I got, and I was holding this crystal often, and it was bringing me to a very, very good level. Other than that, I'd have thought I'd have gone mad. So having this in my hand, working with it, I would suggest that this is a great crystal to bring inner peace. That's my, and you might think, whoa, Jesus, inner peace. You know how hard it is for most people that I've ever read for and give healings to get to a state of inner peace. It's one of the most challenging things of anybody's life because of the distractions and because of the crap that we store in our mind. So when I say it brings inner peace, I could spend an hour or two telling you what this does. So for instance, we talk about inner peace. To get to inner peace, first of all, this crystal has to break down the walls. It has to clear the negativity, the fear, the what ifs from the mind. Then you've got your heart energy. What does it do to the heart? First of all, if you ever have heartache, you're worrying about family member, all of these heart energy stuff, it needs to blast an energy to your heart to take that away so you instantly forget and let go, which means that it has an energy of trust as well. It gives an energy that, you know what, everything is going to be okay. All of these things combine bring peace. You can't have peace without clearing all of that away. So this crystal also does that. Now, I did notice something. I had a little bit of a stomachache yesterday because I think I had something to eat which didn't agree with my stomach at that time. I had this in my hand, I closed my eyes, I took my other hand and started doing some self-healing. Within 15 minutes I was in the toilet and it flushed, which means it also relieves you from stress. And a lot of the times when you have a stomach issue as well and your stomach's hurting, it's a lot to do with we're blocked inside. Okay, so it might be that you need to go to the toilet, and that's exactly what happened. So there too, this crystal also helps with the digestion. It helps with your stomach, and it helps you release all that needs to come out. Therefore, it's a cleanser and a toxin cleanser as well. So not only on emotion but on a physical level. So now you're starting to see that this crystal's pretty good. The other thing that I experimented on, and I'll come to my friends what they told me actually happened to them as well. I actually, when I'm asleep or trying to sleep, I place the crystal here and I just leave it there and see what happens. Give that a try. It's really interesting, and see what you see and see what you feel. And funnily enough, green, the energy of green comes into your third eye, which is phenomenal. It's fascinating how and I've always found that fascinating, because when I do crystal healing on clients, I'll often take a crystal of a certain color, and I used to show this to the practitioners. I put that crystal that's like 4 or 5 of the same color. So let's say it's purple, so I'd use lots of amethyst and Vera Cruz and lots of different ones which were purple. And then when we'd finish, they'd open their eyes and they'd say, I saw purple. Or I'd take a color like black. I'd use maybe onyx, which I really like as well. A lot of people not really into that. But the obsidian, tactite, and then when I'd finished they'd say, oh my god, it felt really dark, and things like that, and different colours. Yellows I'd use, and they'd say they'd see yellows. I'd use orange crystals, they would say, oh, they saw. So there is something in that, I think, scientific level as well, with the colours that we see, and even with our eyes closed with crystals, that works amazing. Interestingly enough, guys, I'm going to leave it there, okay? This crystal to me is a fairly unique crystal. What do I want to say? This is the first time I've ever had this. I don't think I've had this before, so I really enjoy it. It brings a lot of peace, it brings balance, it makes me feel like everything's okay. So what is it good for? Digestion, clearing your negativity, helping you find your peace and balance, bringing calmness, relief, and I guess that's it. But that's a lot. That's a lot. So give it a try, guys. I hope you love it. I may have some on my website very shortly. If not, then go to your local crystal store and get yourself a nice piece today. Enjoy. So yeah, good luck with that. On a final note, guys, that bit's over now. On a final note, this is a really interesting topic. A lot of you already know that there was once a woman who created tarot cards, who used to talk about angel cards, sorry. She's very famous, and I used to use her cards when I first started. A lot of us really enjoyed her channeling of the cards, which are amazing. Of course they are. Any channeling from spirit is amazing, no matter who you are. So apparently she'd brought another video out the other day, and I've talked about this before, where she's saying that yoga is evil, crystals are evil. You know, guys, you've been sending me loads of messages about my cards and my crystals, and is it true what she's saying? I can't answer all of you at once, but I am going to answer you with just one very, very simple fact that she conveniently misses out, because that's what happens when you become a Bible basher, which unfortunately she is. That's the bottom line. And it's funny how so many people who believed her work are now following her like sheep. Really sad. that they can't use their own mind and think, hang on a minute, you say one thing for so many years and now all of a sudden you're saying something else. And you would have to ask yourself, how can they believe everything she says and then change and then believe everything she says, which is the opposite, which is quite scary, really. Think about that. That's really sheepish. That's like a sheep just following. It's ridiculous. No inner power of their own. So that's really sad, and I feel sorry for people like that. But to answer your question, guys, it's really, really simple, okay? There are many quotes in the Bible if you study the Bible. One is Aaron's breastplate. And the breastplate had, nobody really knows exactly what the crystals were. Lapis, lupus, and maybe some gemstones which are more semi-precious, which it's all the same. They're all gemstones, they're all stones, they're all, so they were talking about emeralds, rubies, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, that was a channeled message from God. God told him how to put these crystals into the breastplate. Now I ask you, think about that for a moment. If God spoke to Aaron to put this breastplate full of crystals on his armor, wouldn't that then mean that he was working with the devil, the God? God was working with the devil, if that's the case, right? Now, at the end of the day, guys, when people turn into fanatics and start preaching God and devil worshipping, you must always be aware. You must always think for yourself and ask yourself why. Somebody's been corrupted somewhere along the line, and now they are pushing another agenda. Crystals are beautiful. They are filled with nothing but love. I have only seen the most amazing healing take place with crystals, not only with children, but with adults, with people moving into the light. Crystals are a most amazing living entity that love us, heal us, and help us along the journey. Do you honestly think that an auctioneer, right, 15 years ago, who picked a crystal up because it was given to him, and the most amazing things started to happen, do you really think that after 15 years, if there was evil involved in that, in any way, shape or form, that I wouldn't have picked that up? All I've ever picked up on crystals is how they've helped people along a journey, how they have given them courage, healing, love, support. They've helped them recognize who they are. They've helped them with stress. They've helped them with anxiety, with fear, with depression, with so many heartbreaks you wouldn't imagine. How on earth can a crystal be evil? How can yoga, with stretching your body to the ultimate beautiful body that we have, be evil? How can meditation, finding yourself and listening to your own inner truth, be evil? Let me tell you, anybody who preaches that that is evil is, in my book, following the path of the darkness and trying to steer people away from their true purpose, higher purpose, and inner truth. At the end of the day, guys, God is within you. That's where you'll find it. And the way you find it is by doing all of those wonderful things. And if a crystal helps, if yoga helps, if meditation helps, you find your inner self, then do that. Don't ever listen to people who are pushing fear and quoting the devil. Okay, have a great day, guys. Love you all. It's a beautiful day here. I'm on with, I think, my 16th story of Diary of an Accidental Psychic Part 2. I've got to say, I sent the introduction to my daughter and she was blown away. I sent the introduction to my editor and she said she was crying and she felt that she was in the story and she was actually feeling cold sweat dripping down her. So I was like, wow, that means that, you know, it's a really good start. I hope you like the book when it comes out, guys. I'm here waiting for, well, not waiting, but writing every day and looking forward to and excited about the last retreat I'm doing this year, which is here in Ballyobud on the 13th of September, and I hope to see you all here. Take care, guys. Bye.